Hi, everyone. Thanks for your patience in this recording. I have a lot of great information for you, so I'm glad to get started here. So what I did was I put together a PowerPoint on doing a deep dive onto mindset. We've been talking a lot about mindset over the last 2 weeks, and so this is going to be our big wrap up on mindset. And then we're going to get into nutrition starting tomorrow. So look for some posts on the nutrition side of things coming soon. So I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen here. And this is what we are going to do today. So mindset, chapter 1, digging into exactly what mindset is. And so goals for the next 20 minutes or so is to go over what is mindset, define what it is, and how it can impact your health and wellness. And we're going to explore 3 different layers of mindset. We're going to look at the external layer of what that looks like in our lives right now, the internal layer of mindset, and what your thoughts are really telling you, and then the symbolic layer of mindset. And how is that influencing your thoughts and your life? There is a worksheet that goes with this. It's 2-sided. And so let me know if you want that. For some reason, I wasn't able to download it onto Facebook, but there's going to be some parts in the PowerPoint where you need to kind of refer to the worksheet. So I'll make sure to get that to you if you want it. Okay, so mindset, the missing part of the puzzle. And mindset seems to be kind of a buzzword lately. And I think more and more people are becoming aware of how crucial your mind is, because your frame of mind, as this says, it's how you move through the world in reaction to your beliefs. And beliefs are something that people hold really near and dear to their heart. That's kind of, if someone questions your beliefs, that's like a hot button, right? It can really influence your thoughts. And so mindset can either help you in a positive way, or it can really hold you back and can be kind of a negative thing, because sometimes your beliefs might not be what's true, and that can be a tricky thing when you need to do a mindset switch, or if your mindset's holding you back, how to move forward and change that in a positive direction. All right, so basically, mindsets are all about our mind, our brain, and our thoughts, and how those things all go together. And I thought this graphic was pretty cool, and because it shows us how the left side of our brain, as it says, you know, it's the logic, it's the science part, it's the numbers, it's the analysis, versus the right part, which is the feelings, the intuition, the color, the imagination, the music, the abstract. And how when those 2 things come together, that's all about how our mind works. It's pretty fascinating. And so to start with here, let's see, we're going to talk about the external layer of mindset. And so when we're talking about the external layer, we're really going to focus on the brain itself and kind of dig into a little bit of the science part. And our brains, they're just amazing. So our brain is what controls all of our body. It tells our body what to do. And it's our perception of self. It's how we feel about ourselves. And it's how we experience the world around us. Okay, so for brain health, that's going to be really important to influence our mindset, right? Because if our mindset is housed in the brain, if we don't have a healthy brain, that's going to affect how our body works, how we see ourselves, and how we see the world. So if your brain is struggling to physically function, it's going to be really hard to improve your outlook, to improve your mindset. And did you know that 50% of your brain is composed of essential fatty acids? And I think that's really important to know. Half of your brain is composed of those fatty acids. And so what does that mean for you? Fatty acids, essential fatty acids, they regulate cellular functions, inflammation, and affect mood and behavior. They play a huge role in determining our overall mood, our energy level, and our ability to deal with stress. So, you know that I'm a big Plexus fan. I just really think that their supplements are top of the line. And if you aren't already taking like an omega vitamin, I highly suggest Mega X. So it has that full spectrum plant-based omega and delivers heart healthy benefits of fish oil, but it doesn't have that fishy taste to it. It has the omega-3 fatty acids. They're super healthy and support everything from your heart to your brain and even helps you manage stress. So that would be kind of an easy way if you're not getting in those omegas to add that in. And if you want more information on that, just let me know and I can easily get that to you. So if you're talking about how your brain is the important part that's controlling your body and your moods and your perception, your second brain is going to be your gut microbiome. And so sometimes you hear that word a lot too, like what is your gut health? What does that mean? And when you're talking about gut health, you're talking about that lower intestine and colon of our digestive tract. And each one of us has our own unique bacteria that's in the digestive tract. It's kind of just like how your fingerprints are unique, so is your bacteria that's in there. And how that is determined is by your food choices. And so what you eat is directly affecting the bacteria that's in your gut microbiome. And so what does that mean? What does that bacteria do? Well, you need it for a couple of things. So it's necessary for processing and metabolizing your vitamins and minerals. So if you are not eating, a super clean diet or getting all of those vitamins and minerals in your system, or if it's opposite, if you're not eating clean, you're not getting those vitamins and minerals that your body needs to function. That bacteria protects the digestive system from infection and parasites. It boosts immunity. So if you're getting sick a lot, my guess is that that microbiome is not strong with your gut health, that you really need some good bacteria in there to help boost your immunity. It can combat ulcer-causing bacteria. It ensures proper thyroid function, and it supports lowering high cholesterol and blood pressure. So that bacteria is kind of a big deal. You want to make sure that it is healthy. And so what are some problems of having a leaky gut? Well, this kind of shows a list of problems. One is being constipation, or the other extreme, diarrhea. Something's going wrong with that digestive tract that's causing one of those two issues. You could have unexplained weight gain or loss, very fatigued, heartburn, reflux, indigestion, cramping. You could have some pain, irregular bowel movements, pale or yellow complexion, incontinence, bloating, or nausea. All of those things are some symptoms that there's something wrong in that digestive area with that microbiome and your gut health. So if you're having any of those things, we can certainly schedule a meeting to talk further, or talk to your doctor and they can maybe give you some suggestions there too. And so what causes poor gut health? What are causing these things? A lot of it is from your diet and food choices, which have a direct link to nutrition deficiency. And so when you are having more processed foods and it's not as clean eating, it's going to cause your body, again, to not get those vitamins, minerals, and nutrition that it needs. It could also lead to food allergens. And sometimes what that looks like is if you're having a lot of processed foods, the chemicals in the food can actually put a hole in your stomach lining. And so then when you're eating foods, you're actually getting food particles that are going through your stomach lining into your bloodstream. And that can show up as like a food allergy because your food, instead of going through your digestive tract, is now going through your bloodstream. Medications can sometimes cause poor gut health, especially if you get on like a prescription or an antibiotic. That antibiotic is going to kill all of that bacteria. It's not going to know what's good and what's bad. So that's going to take a toll on your digestion as well. Toxins, chemicals, inflammatory foods, lack of exercise, and stress. Those are all things that can affect that gut health. And so here's some diagnosable digestive illnesses that can happen when you have that leaky gut or have some of those symptoms for too long. Celiac disease, irritable bowel syndrome, gastro reflux disease, ulcers, colitis, Crohn's disease, food allergies, denticulitis, that's a hard one for me to say, hemorrhoids, and then digestive cancers. So all of those things can, those symptoms that we talked about before, like the constipation, the diarrhea, the bloating, the cramping, all of those things can then lead into some of these illnesses. And then you can also get gastro-related illnesses. So that would be like if you have diabetes type 1 and 2, a hepatitis, cirrhosis, anemia, pancreatitis, heart disease, hypertension, high cholesterol, autoimmune diseases, vitamin and mineral deficiencies, depression, anxiety, and PTSD, along with thyroid issues. So you can see that that gut health really falls or affects a lot of different types of illnesses and diseases that are out there. So if you are suffering from any of these things, I would really suggest reaching out to either me or your doctor, and we can take a look at your diet, what you're eating, your stress level, all those things, and kind of figure out how to move forward. So when I was suffering with a lot of those things, and a lot of you know this, that's how I came upon Plexus. And this system is called Triplex. And there's 3 parts of Triplex, and it all relates to your gut health. And so they have what's called a slim drink. To me, it tastes like a strawberry lemonade. That really helps get your blood sugar under control, your sugar cravings, and really helps your stomach get that good bacteria balance. And then there's ProBio 5, that's a probiotic, and that's again gonna really add the good bacteria into your digestive tract and start repairing those holes that might be in your stomach lining. And then the BioCleanse is going to help you get regular. And if you aren't having like a healthy bowel movement, or if you're not having I don't know, bowel movements that, are healthy, that's gonna help you. And the word cleanse, I think, sometimes throws people off. You're not gonna have diarrhea. It's not gonna be like you're running to the bathroom all day long. It's just helping you get that bloat out and helping your body get rid of things in a natural way. I am a huge fan of BioCleanse. That's one that I take every single day. You could definitely take them apart. You don't have to take all 3 of them at the same time. They say that it works best if you do. But if you just are looking for a probiotic, or if you're just looking for, that BioCleanse, if you're having troubles going to the bathroom, let me know. Just schedule, reach out to me, let me know, and we can talk about how to move forward with that. Because once you are having those regular bowel movements, and once you start having that balance in your healthy bacteria, you are going to see a huge difference in your moods and your energy. I promise you. But if that's not something that you're interested in, here are some other ways to help with that gut health. So you can get dairy, like yogurt, that contains probiotics in it, fermented soy products, there's pickled foods, fermented beverages. Eat a fiber-rich diet, and then really focus on that clean eating. So there's lots of other ways besides using the Triplex. If you want to try one of these ways and want support in that, let me know, and I can definitely help with that too. Okay, so that was kind of a big overview on the external layer of mindset. And so here's some questions that can kind of help you think about how is your brain working, And how is your gut health doing? So some things to really think about. Do you feel clear and energized upon waking? So when you wake up in the morning, do you feel ready for the day, or do you just feel really fatigued and tired? Do I experience brain fog throughout the day? Is your day a little bit fuzzy? Do you eat foods that are good for your brain health? Are you eating, a good fiber diet? Are you getting in those omegas, that good essential fatty oils? Are you staying on top of your health? Or are you letting things kind of slip? Do you exercise regularly? And then have you tried something new lately when it comes to, your diet or your exercise? Are you, open to trying something new? So just a few things to think about when it comes to that external layer of mindset, which really focuses on your brain health and your gut health. Okay, so now on your worksheet that looks like this, there are some questions, and it says the external layer of mindset includes, and we talked about two things. So you're going to want to write in that blank the two things that we talked about with the external layer of mindset: your brain health and your gut health. Those are the two things that are going to really influence that external layer. And then think about one action step you can take to support that external layer of mindset. So maybe if you aren't already taking an omega vitamin, add that to your list. Maybe you are not getting your exercise in, or you're not doing that clean diet. Just one little thing that you can think of to support your gut health and your brain health, okay? So be thinking about those things and then write them on your worksheet. All right, so the next part is the internal layer of mindset, okay? So the internal layer of mindset is your way of thinking, and it's how you respond to anything that occurs in your day-to-day life. So it includes your self-talk to yourself, and that directly impacts your self-esteem. So if you look at that image of mindset, you're thinking about the thoughts. Are you optimistic? Are you more of a success, leader mindset? Is it positive? Can you believe in yourself? What's your attitude? Do you challenge your beliefs or the beliefs of others? And what's your self-belief? So it's all of those thoughts and how we are responding to things. Okay, so one of the things that I love about mindset is that a great way to increase that inner layer is to find more joy. That's why this business is called, Joy, Health, and Wellness, because your joy definitely affects your health and your overall wellness. And so when you are happy, your brain, going kind of to that internal or external connection of mindset, your brain has endorphins. And when you are feeling good, the endorphins are released in your brain and it goes throughout your body. So here's some ways to get those endorphins pumping, to finding more joy through your day. Laughter releases those endorphins and just makes you feel good. Exercise is another great way to get those endorphins going. Positive thinking. If you have like a gratitude journal, that is a great way to get those endorphins going. Listening to music, having sex, having a massage, getting out in the sunshine, all of those things release endorphins that will just help you to feel good. Okay, so other ways to increase your joy. Become unbusy. I know busy is such a popular word. Like, how are you? How have you been doing? Oh, I've been so busy. So think of how to kind of get rid of that word, or to reframe your thinking to become unbusy. What are some things that you could let go? And I know in different seasons of life, that's tricky. I mean, if you have young kids, obviously, those needs kind of come first with babies and such. But I bet there are something that you can think of, whether it's asking for some outside help or support, that can help your brain and your mind just become a little bit more unbusy. Being present, being totally in the moment and present with the people around you, or even by yourself, enjoying that time by yourself. focus on what you enjoy doing. This was a post in our group on sharing the things that you enjoy doing and the things that you're good at. That will help increase your joy. Meditation and reflection. Do a digital detox. I have a lot of resources on a digital detox. So if you are up for a digital detox challenge, I have some really good resources for you on kind of getting rid of the apps, the screen time, not forever, just for a little bit, just to kind of give your brain and your mindset a rest from all those things that are coming at you. Decrease your sugar intake. I have a lot of great resources there. If that's something that you want to explore further, just let me know. And then drinking more water. I love my new water bottle. It has a little schedule on the side that has really helped me stay on track with my water. And if you want to talk more about that too, just let me know if that's an area that you need support in. Okay, so some questions to think about when you're looking at that internal layer of mindset. Remember, it's your beliefs, your self-talk, and how you're perceiving things coming at you. So questions to think about. How do you feel about yourself? Do you accept yourself as you are? Do you beat yourself up when you make a mistake? What self-talk do you notice? Excuse me. What self-talk do you notice running in your mind? Do you tend to have a positive or negative outlook? And how do you respond to stress? So those are some really good questions to kind of think about when you're thinking about mindset. Where are you at in that? I would love for you to share those things with us in the group because I think we could really all learn from each other there too. Okay, so next step, same thing. On that worksheet, it says the internal layer of our mindset includes, and the things that we talked about there was our self-talk, our belief system, and how we respond to the things that are going on around us. And then an action step you can take to support that internal layer of mindset is, maybe think about your self-talk. Maybe you need to think about doing a digital detox, or laughing more, or having more sex, or, getting out with friends, or something that's making you feel happy. So think about what next steps you can take for that internal layer of mindset. All right, we're doing great. Last layer. This is the symbolic layer of mindset. And when we talk about the symbolic layer, we're really talking about the expansion of our mind. So we're talking about things like personal growth, stepping into new opportunities, leaning into fear, and going for your dreams. So things that can really help you expand is to be curious, ask questions, challenge your self-beliefs. So one self-belief that I think sometimes people get stuck on is the belief like, well, this will never work for me. I can never get it. I can never figure it out. I'll never whatever. When you start talking about that as your own self-belief, challenge yourself to really, is that true? Is that really true? So challenging some of that self-talk would be good. Transform negativity. Say yes to things that make you nervous. I know for me, I said yes to doing a workshop with Tamsi this month. I'm so excited. We're going to really dig into the 3 layers of body. Terrifies me, definitely makes me nervous, but so excited to share it with all of you. Look for opportunities instead of dead ends. Start a journal and practice self-care. Those are some really good ways to get into that 3rd layer of mindset. Okay, so some questions to ask yourself. Are you open to trying something new or expanding your horizons? Do you allow fear to hold you back from what you truly desire? Do you seek new opportunities, or do you run from them? So think about that in terms of mindset and share them for sure in the group. Okay, so on your worksheet again, it talks about what does that symbolic layer of mindset include? Okay, that includes that area of expansion, curiosity, personal growth, those learning opportunities. That's what that symbolic layer is. And what's one action step you can take to support that symbolic layer? Be thinking of different ways to maybe get outside, excuse me, get outside of your comfort zone and try something new. I would love to know what that would be for you. Okay, then if you notice, we've talked about this Wellness 360 wheel before, but my schooling, where I got my certification from, has really been digging into this wellness wheel, and that's where the 3 different layers came from. So if you look at this wellness wheel, the ones in the middle, oh, I can't see my mouse, but the ones that are in the middle that are in the different colors, that's what we call core foods. Now, you'll notice they're not all foods. It's not like apple, bananas, and breads, but they're saying that our body needs these core things to really survive. So it's food, sun, body, air, rest, and water. Those are the things that we really, really need to survive. But in order to have true wellness, you also need the things that are surrounding it in blue to be in balance as well. So you have relationships, careers, finances, spirituality, mindset, and purpose. And if you notice down in like the lower left corner, there's mindset, and there's 3 different words that come off of each of these spokes. That represents that external, internal, and symbolic layers. So it's kind of hard to see in this image, but if you look under mindset, when we talked about that external layer, underneath there it says brain and gut. And that layer, you really need to look at your brain and your gut health. Then that internal layer was your mental well-being, and we talked about that self-talk again, how we are perceiving the world around us. And then that symbolic layer is expansion. So one of the things about Wellness 360 is that they're all connected to each other. So when you're thinking of mindset, what other elements of the 360 wheel might be playing a role with mindset? So when you are thinking about food, for example, how is your mindset helping you or possibly getting in the way? Are you saying to yourself, oh, I could never quit sugar? I don't have time to meal plan. How is your mindset affecting food? Okay, when it comes to your body, how is your mindset affecting, well, I don't have time for exercise. I'll never lose the weight. Okay, see how that's connected when it comes to rest. You know, I just can't sleep. I'm not an early person. What is your mindset telling you about those other areas? And even when you look at that outside wheel, what is your mindset telling you about your finances? You know, oh, we could never be debt free. We could never afford that. What is it saying about your relationships? How is your mindset affecting your overall health? And on your worksheet, they have these questions on there. So look at that wheel and think about what other areas are being influenced by my mindset, okay? And then what's one action step that you'll take to support your mindset, and when will you take this step? So if you're, look at the wheel and decide on what area are you going to move forward in with purpose, okay? What are you gonna do about it? When are you gonna take that step? Keep in mind, from my perspective, we're going to be moving into that food next week. So I'm gonna be pushing you a little bit there. So maybe be thinking about how your mindset and food needs to be adjusted a little bit, or what work do you have to do around that? Maybe it's not food, maybe it's one of the other ones. So can't wait to hear what your thoughts are on that. Okay, so Next steps. You're going to share your next steps on the Join the Journey Facebook page. So what are your takeaways are here? What are the things that you put on your worksheet? What are you thinking about mindset? And make sure that you share them, because we want to be there to encourage you. We are better when we are working together. I just believe that with every fiber of my being. So can't wait to know your thoughts. We're going to be digging into all kinds of food stuff starting tomorrow. So I can't wait to keep moving forward with you. Let me know what you think, and I hope you have a great night. Bye, everybody.